Russell Brand last night refuted serious allegations that have been made about him, and took to social media to deny all the claims, although he did not divulge what they were. In his 2-minute and 45 seconds video statement, the comedian admitted he was very promiscuous but insisted any relationships he had were absolutely always consensual. In the statement, which can be read in full here, he said, "These allegations pertain to the time when I was working in the mainstream, when I was in the newspapers all the time, when I was in the movies. And as I've written about extensively in my books, I was very promiscuous. Now, during that time of promiscuity, the relationships I had were absolutely always consensual. I was always transparent about that." Indeed, Brand's autobiographies, My Bookie Wook and My Bookie Wook 2 were sometimes painfully candid, revealing his struggle with drink, drug and sex addiction and sharing details about his complicated relationship with his dad, Ron Brand. Ron, a former footballer, left when he was just 6 months old but continued to be a sporadic presence in his life. One of Brand's first memories was busying himself watching porn at his dad's bachelor pad in Brentwood, Essex, while Ron entertained girlfriends in his bedroom. Writing in his 2005 autobiography, My Bookie Wook, he said, "An additional source of dangerous nourishment was my dad's reservoir of porn. I think I always had a premature awareness of sexuality, but Ron Brand's penchant for leaving me to occupy my infant mind with his cache of girly magazines certainly did nothing to stem the erotic tide, but stated that he felt as if he wasn't the kind of person my dad would have wanted me to be." Hailing their relationship strange, Brand admitted he had always wished his dad liked him a little more. He continued, "I thought Ron Brand was great and in lots of ways. He taught me that you can get what you want if you refuse to let circumstances defeat you, and perhaps there is no more valuable lesson. I only wish I'd felt he liked me more. How I viewed my dad at that point was as this magnificent bloke who was either reading newspapers, picking his nose, farting or making an incredible fuss of women. Sometimes he would turn the light of his attention on me and it would be brilliant. He'd tease me and wind me up and be very funny, but he'd get bored really quickly, and then he'd just be there again, all tubby and useless." Their awkward relationship, Brand said, impacted his ability to forge friendships with other kids. He said that being alone with his mum and seeing his dad as sort of heroic, but absent for the first 7 years made it difficult to connect with people his own age. "My dad was an angry man, yet he had an amazing energy about him too. I always wanted to emulate his enthusiasm and effervescence," he said. He told how his dad would always turn up for birthdays in archetypal bad parent fashion with gifts he shouldn't have, like a dog called Toby who was too big for the house. At one point, Ron moved to Dusseldorf in Germany with his third wife, and on another occasion he got a windfall and sent Russell to private school for a term. Oddly, in 2012 when Ron faced bankruptcy after racking up £13,000 in unpaid rent on a Camden flat, he reportedly told Guilford County Court that he refused to ask his famous millionaire's son for help. Admitting that he and his dad didn't have much in common, Russell said the only two interests they shared were football and women. And when Brand was 16, his father hired him a prostitute in Thailand in an unusual attempt to introduce him to adulthood. Speaking to the Daily Mail, Russell said, "He is a very different character to me. Supporting West Ham was one of the ways we bonded. He is a typical working-class bloke, so football and women were the only things we had in common." Follow Mirror Celebs on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube and Threads.